What's up, Arizona? Welcome into something new. You're watching 12 Sports tonight on 12+. I'm Lena Washington. We'll catch up with the rest of the 12 Sports crew in just a moment, but every Thursday night, come hang with us. We're talking all things Arizona sports, going to tell you the important stories that matter and introduce you to the people who inspire others in our community. This is 12 Sports Tonight, Arizona's original and longest-running sports show, streaming on 12+. Let's go.
Lena, we'll start with you. What do you make of the Cardinals schedule? How many wins?
I'm going to go with an optimistic 10-7 on the season. I'm still concerned about the post-Thanksgiving drop-off that this program is want to have. And, of course, the NFC West is going to be a gauntlet. I see them really going 3-3 in the NFC West. The last time they won the division was 2015. I don't see them beating Seattle twice. That is their Achilles heel, the Seahawks. I don't see them beating the Rams or the Niners twice, but I think they might be able to beat one of those teams at least 2 times, maybe not all 4 of those wins.
Sam Darnold?
Yeah, but he's kind of on the come up right now, right? So I'm going to go 10-7, but after Thanksgiving, after the bye, hold on to your hats. It's going to be white knuckling until the end of the season.
I'm going to go middle of the road, 9-8. Not picking a side either way here. I think they slightly improved from last year because, yeah, they did address the most glaring weakness, which was the defense, but I don't think they did enough to address the offense. What gives us optimism that the offense is going to be better this year compared to last year? Continued evolution of Marvin Harrison Jr. A paid.
You don't believe another year in all these with all these guys in the same system will make them better?
Maybe, but I can't stand here saying that I'm positive that's going to happen. I think expanding on Lena's point, critical part of the schedule is going to be after the bye. Last year the Cardinals went 2-5 after the bye. This year you see that schedule right after it. At the Cowboys, at the Seahawks, against the 49ers. That's going to be the critical stretch right there. If they go 0-3 or 1-2 during that stretch, they can miss the playoffs, go 2-1 or 3-0, and I think the season changes.
Listen, I was just going to get this out of the way. I think 12 wins. They continue to double their win total under JG in every year. I think this is the year. This schedule, guys, is a cupcake schedule. Like, just call it what it is. The first, 7 weeks of the year, it's all brand new quarterbacks, unproven teams, new coaches, messes of organizations that the Cardinals aren't by any means. Then they hit the bye week around week 8, and then they got a lot of football to go right after that. Listen, I get it. 3 of their last 4 are on the road. It's going to be a tough stretch to win this division. But you can't tell me when you look at this schedule, they got a lot of winnable games there. I'm thinking 12 wins. They're going to win the division, get to the playoffs. Without a doubt in my eyes. This is the year for the Cardinals to turn the table.
They went defense heavy in the NFL draft, but the offense, meanwhile, it's pretty much running it back with the same faces from last year. That means a vote of confidence from the coaching staff and front office that the core of Kyler, Connor, McBride, and Marvin Harrison Jr., that they can take the next step forward. MHJ is hoping for the sophomore surge. Not a bad rookie year with just shy of 900 receiving yards along with 8 touchdowns. MHJ bulked up in the offseason, spent time working on his chemistry with Kyler Murray. He said he wants them to be able to click with their eyes closed. He expects to be more comfortable in year 2 and grateful for the opportunity to prove it.
First and foremost, always blessed to be able to play this game that I love to do. I got to play pretty much all 17 games except for pretty much the Green Bay game with the concussion going out early. But just being able to play every single game in the NFL, as a rookie, living out a lifelong dream of mine, I think that's where I kind of start first more than anything. And kind of just go from there, but first be thankful.
Last NFL season, when the Rams' playoff game was moved to Glendale, Marvin Harrison Jr. was motivated to make sure the Cardinals had another one of those coming their way soon. Cards have had a positive trajectory over the last couple years of the JG era. 4 wins, then they doubled it to 8. To be determined in year 3. But the front office does have a lot of confidence in MHJ, K1, and the rest of the offensive side of the ball. When Harrison was asked how year 2 could be better, he still chose to focus on where the team goes instead of the individual accolades.
Yeah, make the playoffs. I think this is the year that I feel like we want to do what we need to do. We have all the pieces we need. We just got to go out there and execute at this point. That's why they brought me here, to help this team win games. So proving for me looks like winning more games than we won last year. What was it, 8 or 9 wins? So I think definitely next year we need to win more games. I want to get a home playoff game for Arizona.
MHJ has all the tools to become an elite talent. He has the NFL pedigree in the family. But if a Hall of Fame father is ever unavailable, a future Hall of Famer has made it clear he can be a mentor for Harrison. For now, Larry Legend is enjoying watching his development.
I just try to stay out the way. If he ever needs anything, I told him I'm always available for him any way I can be helpful. But, fortunately, he has a father who was a heck of a lot better than I was, so he can tap into him whenever he likes.
He's even a better person than he is football player. very hard to do, obviously. He's just a great guy. Talk to his son a lot. Obviously, talk to him a lot as well. So I know he's always there for me, and just whatever questions that I may have, I know he's always available. And I can go to him whenever I want. Very thankful for that.
He's gone from like a Kevin Durant slender man physique to DK Metcalf, just jacked, ripped, muscles like coming out of like every part of his body. Hey, I put together a side-by-side so we can throw that up on the screen just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So yeah, on the left where he has his hands on his hips, that's him in his rookie season. I mean, he looks good.
Still, cut and muscular.
That's still a professional athlete, but then the guy on the right is a completely different person, right?
Be a linebacker.
Yeah. So there's a method for all of this. He's trying to bulk up going into his second season in the NFL, trying to make more contested catches, more yards after the catch, and also just hold up throughout an 18-week season. The NFL takes a toll on your body, and he's thinking that this is the best way to do that. He wouldn't put an exact number on, the amount of pounds that he's added. He did say, though, that he definitely has been focusing on that this offseason. Definitely a focus of concentration for him as he approaches year 2.
I definitely put on some pounds. I think I added some muscle to my body a little bit. Still just trying to see my body, feel throughout OTAs and throughout training camp, more so throughout OTAs, and then kind of get a specific way to settle in, for training camp and go from there. It just happened naturally, honestly. I don't know, college I didn't eat as much probably, and then started eating a little bit more, having more free time, I guess. But I've eaten obviously all the right things, some extra protein for sure. More so like a health standpoint, you don't want to put on, too much weight, and then your body may not be used to it a little bit, so more so. But I feel exactly the same as I did before. Football's a physical game. A lot of contested situations, as well as receiver contested catch situations, run off the catch, and things like that. So, we'll see how things play out throughout OTAs and training camp. We'll see where that goes.
Tram and Troy, you guys made a good point off camera, just talking about he was wearing a tank top today.
Yeah,
he knew exactly what he was doing, right?
It was a gun show. It was a gun show.
He wanted that to be the main story.
Wow.
What do we think he's been eating, though, this offseason? Because he said that's been part of it. More protein to his diet, maybe a little bit more strict with what he's eating compared to when he was a college student.
I don't know, a cow. It's like,
a lot of protein, less sugar. And the other thing, now he's got to be considerably bigger than most defensive backs. We're going to try to press him on the line and things like that. He can just swat him out of the way, I would think.
And it makes sense, too, because if you look at some of the more advanced stats from last year, yards after the catch, yards after contact, he ranked right near the bottom of the NFL in those categories. So the thinking is, not only is this going to allow him to get open, but once he does catch the ball, it's going to allow him to go for more yards after that.
Yeah. Bigger, stronger, faster, all of it.
Better. Let's hope so.
Tacklers for sure,
Yeah, no kidding.
They could be a tough team this year. Watch out for the Cardinals, I think. They've revamped that defense.
Yeah, night and day compared to last year.
They got such a solid offense. They were good last year, so let's see what happens.
We made this point on our show last night. Cam brought this up. Their schedule at the start of the year is so weak. So they could rattle off, 5 wins, and then from there, they have all the confidence in the world, and let's see what happens.
He was predicting like 10 wins for the season.
He said 12. That's a little
12?
high for my life. He was aggressive with it. I don't know if I can go that far, but
10's good though. Yeah. I'll stick with 10. That's good. And 10 should get you in the playoffs, right?
You would think.
Wild card at least.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see.
We've seen Monty cook in the draft room, right? But how about cooking on the stage? Going back to where it all began. Cardinals GM Monty Oenfort is used to talking on the phone to players and coaches, although they get hugs too. But a commencement speech at his alma mater?
Very humbling moment for me.
University of Minnesota Morris inviting Oenfort back, a 2000 graduate in economics and management, speaking to this year's graduating class. You were like, me? Like you want me to speak to these guys?
Yeah, I had to make sure that this wasn't a prank call that I was getting. I thought this got to be a mistake.
Minnesota Morris is a small school, little more than 1,000 students, about 2.5 hours west of Minneapolis. So you had a sink in your first dorm room? That was a big deal back then?
That was a big deal. Most of the rooms didn't have a sink. So that was back in the day. That was living the high life.
From the high life to the simple life in college in the late 90s. Can you tell everybody your Thursday night routine for us?
Thursday night was the night at the local establishment. So had to set the VCR. Recorded a couple of my favorite shows, ER, Friends, Seinfeld. Went down and had a little fun. Then had to go back and reset the VCR and then go back and keep the night going. So it was fun.
What was the price price tag at the local pub.
It was
because everything costs more nowadays.
Yeah, it was called quarter taps for a reason. So yeah, you guys can read into that.
Then on Sunday mornings, Oenfort hosted a student-run radio show.
Cam, it was not good. It was not good.
What was it called?
I can't even answer that. I can't even answer that. But we had a 2-hour slot that, man, we filled it with nonsense. And
Just do talk, play music.
We did a little bit of each. When we didn't have anything left to talk about, we threw on some records. There was records back, so it was not a good show, but it was fun.
See number 17 there? Yeah, that's a young Monty, the starting quarterback at Minnesota Morris, a then D2 football program that didn't offer any athletic scholarships.
If I had to evaluate myself as a football player like I do others every day of my current job, the report wouldn't be pretty.
Monty started 23 games, 1 lone win. And for a guy that's been a part of some big-time Super Bowl wins, that 1 lone win is one of the more meaningful moments in his life.
There was some long days, long Saturday afternoons, and so there's nothing beats the feeling of winning no matter what level you're at. And so for us to feel that just even for that one time, it was really cool. It was a special moment and one that we'll never forget.
Did you keep the ball or anything from that one win?
I got my helmet. Yeah.
Still?
Yeah, still got it. It's at home on the shelf, so yeah, definitely still have it.
Life is all about lessons. Monty making sure to share his biggest lesson.
I was 24 years old with 2 undergraduate degrees from Morris and 2 graduate degrees from Ohio University, and I was living in my parents' basement. I was forced to contemplate what was next in life, even though this is not what I planned and not the way things were supposed to work. Talk about having to manage expectations.
Before becoming the GM with the Cardinals, Oenfort was passed over a handful of times, including by his then dream job, becoming the GM of the Minnesota Vikings.
Not getting that job was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. It wasn't my time. It wasn't the right move for me or my family, and it led us to our new home in Phoenix.
And Monty's main message to the future is the same message he tells the Cardinals players, coaches, and staff today.
We got a way of complicating life, and it gets really simple down to a few things, and that's work hard, do a good job, and treat people the right way. And if you can do those 3 things, you can check those 3 boxes. It's amazing how often life works out. So just wanted to throw that out to those guys, and it was cool to do so.
Bunch of Cardinals in the house from legends like Larry Fitzgerald, Marvin Harrison Jr., even the new guy, first-round pick Walter Nolan. Kyler's team had all his teammates. Trey McBride playing first base. Just a natural.
And then the Selly.
Yeah.
That was like the first pitch, first inning of the game.
James Conner, the pitcher, strikes out new Cowboys receiver George Pickens. Sit down, man. Buda Baker just loves that coming in from right field. Now to the offense. Marvin Harrison Jr., dude is just good at everything. Basketball, he can hit. Little dribbler right there for the single. Look at this. James Conner, come on home. Look how fired up he is, Lena. This team.
They just love competing. He needs to give himself some credit. He said he'd be lucky to make contact yesterday.
This team is awesome. The man everyone came to see, Kyler Murray, the shot there, drives home MHJ. Kyler's team, it holds on to win 8-7. Big night in the community for the face of the franchise.
I mean, he's so indebted into this city and the community, and it's awesome to see the response by everybody, and he does it the right way. He means everything to us. He's kind of our heartbeat, man, so we go as he goes. So it'll be a fun year. He's doing a good job. I think it's just cool to, see everyone get together, just to, be around each other, and most importantly, give back to the community.
That's what it's about, man. We spend so much time with each other, day in and day out at the facility, just working out together, meetings, all that type of stuff. So, carry it off the field.
The team's very close, offense, defense, special team. We all hang out outside of work, so it's always good to, do some things with your teammates, but also guys you can call your friends.
No, he's elevated it way better than I could have ever done it, and so it's great to see him doing this and raising awareness for a really worthy cause. And so this is awesome to be able to see this, and so he can continue to do this for years to come, hopefully.
Thankful. Obviously, none of this is possible without those guys and females and everybody that's been a part of this to make it happen. It's not just me, but I'm very appreciative.
It's also the annual Summer of a Million Meals, a partnership between 12 News and United Food Bank. Campaign kicked off today with the goal of raising 1 million meals to help families in need. Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray was there. He said he felt like he hadn't done enough to give back to this community, but this was a good start. It's a busy weekend for Kyler. Tomorrow, he hosts his first annual celebrity softball game.
I took a couple of my guys to the batting cages yesterday. Just because, I don't need them embarrassing us. As a unit, we got to look good.
They got to hit the ball. Right?
Exactly. So hopefully they come out tomorrow. Coach Murray, I was giving good tips and tricks. So hopefully they prove me right tomorrow and we get a W.
We're still 2 months until the start of NFL training camp, but the Cardinals will be without a member of their secondary for the entire season. Shawn Bunting was placed on the reserve non-football injury list today. Neither the Cardinals nor Bunting have said why he'll sit out the entire season because he was placed on the non-football injury list. The Cardinals will not be forced to pay Bunting his $7.7 million base salary. He will also miss out on bonuses of $15,000 for each game he's on the active roster.
Sam Levitt just loving life here in the Valley. He's going to be hosting a football camp with his #1 target, Jordan Tyson, here next weekend. And now he's fully embracing the Arizona lifestyle.
My putting game, I'd like to say that it's probably one of the better parts of my game.
ASU quarterback Sam Levitt has life in the desert figured out. Rocket arm with a golf swing to match it. Levitt getting fitted for a set of clubs out at PXG's flagship store in Scottsdale.
It's a mentally challenging sport. You know, you get a couple bad shots, it could ruin your whole game if you don't treat it right. So that's the same thing for quarterback, you know, so I feel like it translates pretty well.
Biggest takeaway on the golf course? Positive reinforcements only.
People are calling themselves an idiot and stuff like that, and I'm just like, dude, you can't be saying that stuff to yourself, you know? You got to be in the right mindset. And it's actually helped me a couple times in practice, you know, because I know how bad people beat themselves up.
And just like football, perfecting the details matters.
Early on when I was younger, I thought it was boring, and then, you know, you really dive into the sport, and it's so intellectual, and you know, every little detail, which is my game, playing quarterback. I just think people fall in love with the process, out there with your buddies and having a good time, so it's one of the best sports in my opinion.
Levitt has become one of the best quarterbacks in college football, coming off a freshman year to remember. Won the starting job, won the Big 12, ASU's best season in 28 years, tying a school record 11 wins and reaching the college football playoff for the first time.
I'd probably say these more than
you like
maybe
more
even
than
that.
mallet styles?
Yeah.
Levitt's voice is loud. Like his driver, he wants it to be louder in year 2. How much has life changed for you?
It's definitely
a little different, right?
A little bit, you know, but still always trying to stay humble and just keep working hard.
What's your message to Sun Devil fans? Anything you want to tell them?
We're going to continue to climb, so we need all the support we can get. Keep showing love and activate the Valley even more. You know, you can never be activated enough.
Face of the program on the field. Off the field, courtside at Suns games, in the community.
I love Sam. Well, what just happened? Oh, he signed my card. Real tears. I love him. Why do you love Sam Levitt so much? He's a great football player and he's really good looking.
And on the golf course.
Didn't think you were going to have 2 practices today, did you? Huh?
I'm always ready for it.
Now the Suns have narrowed down their coaching search. The team reportedly down to 9 finalists for the next head coach. Again, this will be their 4th in 4 years. This will be the first hire for new general manager Brian Gregory. All of these are well-respected assistants in the league. Only David Fizdale, who's been with the Suns for the past couple of years, and James Borrego have NBA head coaching experience. Steve Hetzel and Jordan Ott are Michigan State alums. And as you know, Matt Ishbia, Brian Gregory came up through the Tom Izzo era over with Sparty. The Suns, he, of course, Suns owner Matt Ishbia and Brian Gregory are in cahoots when it comes to building the identity of this team. A decision is expected by the end of this month, maybe early June. Just 5 days ago, Kelsey Plum dropped 37 points for the LA Sparks, but the guard was held to just 25 by the Mercury last night. Monique Akoa-Makani and Alexa Held with a tough defensive assignment, limiting Plum for most of the game. She was held to just 37% shooting in the Mercury's win over LA.
Just be confident in the fact that I can guard her first, and then just stay focused from the beginning to the end, because there's no break with those type of players. And still, with guarding her the way I did, she still scores a lot.
I looked down with about 5 minutes to go. I could be wrong, and she had like 14. And then, that's what great players do. They step up to the challenge. She's not afraid of anything. To have her at 14 with 5 or 6 to go, you'd probably take that on most nights.
12 Sports journalist Jake Garcia is on the court with one of the rookies ready to make a name for herself in the W.
The Mercury ran out a roster on opening night that was unrecognizable. Not a single player from last year's team took the floor, and 3 rookies got significant minutes. One of those rookies, not your typical first-year player. 29-year-old Katherine Westbeld has been playing overseas since she graduated from Notre Dame in 2018. 6 different countries in 6 years. She got the opening night start, and she made the most of the opportunity.
Westbeld, 3, drains at both ends of the floor.
To be able to, you know, not just give up on my dream, but like actually make it here and try out and really earn my spot. I'm just so grateful for the opportunity and to be in no better place than Phoenix.
Westbeld said the overseas experience shaped who she is today, but it also made the WNBA feel like a pipe dream. During the 2020 COVID season, she was forced to come home, forced to take a job outside of basketball.
I was an account executive at Total Quality Logistics, so dealing with transportation and things like that.
Interesting or boring?
I love the people I worked with.
Smart answer.
Yes.
But nothing like compares to this.
No, this is just a dream come true.
Westbeld and the Mercury take on the LA Sparks. It's a significant matchup for Kat. This is the team that she signed a training camp contract with out of school. She wasn't able to make that final roster.
Oh, that wasn't bad. They call her Goose as in silly goose, but her game is serious. The best way to describe Lily Goodwin?
Dominant really is like a good word for it.
She's a dual threat, hitting and pitching, like Shohei Ohtani or Babe Ruth. She's batting .561. As a pitcher, she's 18-0, striking out 2 of every 3 batters she faces.
If I'm like doing pretty well in a game, I'll be like, yeah, like I got them right here. Like watch this nasty changeup. Like watch me get this girl. Like watch her whiff on this pitch. Like that's what I'll say, but like when I turn around, like I'll be like locked in, like focused.
Even her coach is amazed at how good she is.
Lily is probably one of the fiercest competitors I've ever been around. I mean, I coached wrestling for 20 years. I coached football. Never really come across a student athlete that, you know, has this competitive nature to them. You know, she's a grinder. I mean, she will go out there and puts the work in, and I don't think she's ever like, oh, okay, I'm good enough. I don't need to do anything else right now. She's constantly striving to get better.
That competitiveness can be found in the classroom, too. The junior has a .466 GPA, and she dreams of teaching the next generation.
My ultimate goal is I don't want to have like a normal job. I really want to be a coach, whether it be like a private pitching coach, whether it be a coach for a high school team, a coach for a low-level college, or for D1.
The D-backs welcomed a new teammate to the clubhouse today, 8-year-old Ben Willis, an honorary D-back for the day. He got his own locker throughout the first pitch, got to meet his favorite player in Ketel Marte. Ben is part of Make-A-Wish Arizona. After kidney failure last year, his dad said the D-backs have been an escape.
Ben has 2 rare genetic disorders. He's literally 1 in a billion. And because of the Diamondbacks, we've seen a lot of progress in who he is. Coming out here and being able to feel the love and support of the Diamondbacks is just really great. We love the team, and coming out here and experiencing this is just amazing. It's life-changing for us.
That will do it for us here this week. Thank you so much for watching 12 Sports tonight on 12+. Catch us here next Thursday, same time, same place, and get the best sports coverage in town on Arizona Sports Station, morning, noon, and night, right here on 12 News. And if you miss us, head over to 12news.com, our 12 News YouTube page, or join us right here on 12+ on your TVs. I'm Lena Washington. We'll see you back here Sunday night at 10:30 for 12 Sports Tonight.